Adding life to years, that is the MedStar NRH Difference. You can't tell it now, but at the age of 13, Ariel Cohen had a stroke.
Ariel was paralyzed. She was blind in one eye.
The prognosis was not good.
One of the neurologists came in and was telling us that with a good deal of luck and hard work, he thought someday Ariel would be able to use a wheelchair to get around.
Ariel is back running and doing the things she's always enjoyed. She's leading a normal life. Her parents credit the MedStar National Rehabilitation Hospital in Washington, D.C. with her dramatic recovery.
Dan and I walked over to visit NRH the day before Ariel was going, and we walked in, and obviously we were a mess, and the first thing we saw was Joan Joyce, the head of recreational therapy, who came into the lobby and threw her arms around me and said, "I know you. We went to Jamestown," which is Ariel's elementary school. "We live in North Arlington. You're at home now." And I just remember thinking, this is going to be okay.
Ariel's amazing turnaround resulted in her competing in and completing the Marine Corps Marathon.
You know, after being at NRH, you kind of get this feeling like you can do anything. Like, I'm training for this marathon. I never thought, like, oh, I can't train for a marathon, because, you know, NRH really instills this, like, attitude in you that makes you think you can do anything.
We were lucky. Ariel's progress has been remarkable, has been miraculous. She's 100% back to where she was.
I want you to get vitamins, rice, crackers, and juice.
For every success story like Ariel's, there's always another emerging inside the hospital.
We were in West Virginia and we got a phone call and we were told that he was inoperable because, you know, he had been in a car accident and the brain damage was massive, bleeding was extensive, and there was nothing that could be done.
Adam Holberland's traumatic brain injury was so severe, doctors weren't holding out much hope.
In the acute hospital, the family wasn't sure if he was even going to make it to survive, and they had to do major neurosurgery. But he has come around remarkably well. So how did you do last night?
Traumatic brain injuries like the one Adam suffered are at an epidemic level in the United States.
He's got an occupational therapist here, a physical therapist here, a neuropsych therapist here, and they're just doing wonderful, wonderful things with him. They really are.
Dedication to patient care is paramount. Founder Ed Eckenhoff understands what it's like to be a patient because decades ago he was one. He was thrown from a car and broke his back. That changed his life, and his dedication to patient care has made this one of the premier hospitals in the country. And that belief system has changed the lives of the patients who pass through here.
Patient care is key. If you're not providing good patient care and you know what you're doing, you might as well close your doors. And I think we've proven during the 20-some years that we've been in existence that we are a very good patient care facility.
Very good indeed. Just ask Alquita Brown. Her husband suffered a brain injury years ago. She was so impressed with the care he received that she quit her job at another hospital to join the nursing staff here.
It's really shaped our lives, and actually it couldn't be better. And I can say it all started with that one day when my husband crossed the bridge from Washington Hospital Center and became a patient here. When all hope was lost, it was regained just in those few steps.
Technology and techniques may change over time, but that compassion, that care that impressed Alquita is always here 24/7. The nurses have a special bond with the patients and their families and are always there to answer any questions.
They're very loving, caring. It comes from the heart.
From top to bottom, everyone here has a mission to make sure you get the most out of your time here and that you reach your full potential. Some of the patients come here robbed of the ability to communicate, but MedStar NRH is ready to step in to help here too.
People often tell us that Being robbed of communication is worse than anything else they could ever have imagined.
So underline the key words in this sentence.
The hospital offers a speech-language pathology program for people of all ages. Speech-language therapists work with patients with a range of issues from stroke to MS, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, ALS, and even patients with problems swallowing or with post-concussion syndrome. You can measure the success of this program by all the thank you notes they receive.
We help give them hope. So despite the fact that they've had the stroke or the head injury, we give them hope that they can still do things that they did before, but maybe they have to do them differently.
Patients who suffered spinal cord injuries like Dominique Harris are benefiting from the remarkable care that MedStar NRH offers. The Spinal Cord Injury and Disease Program offers comprehensive inpatient, day treatment, and outpatient programs. The hospital has specialty program accreditation by CARF and a research center dedicated to studying spinal cord injuries and disease.
In disability, there is an ability in it. So even though you're in a wheelchair, you can still do pretty much everything normal. It's just adaptive, if you will. So everything you were doing before you got injured, you can still do now, but it gets different.
Dominic and others with spinal cord injuries benefit from the millions the hospital receives in research grants to study spinal cord injuries. MedStar NRH believes today's research will result in tomorrow's major advances in patient care. So patients here can become the first beneficiaries of this cutting-edge technology.
This is only going to let you go so far.
The Zero G was invented here, and it's helping patients recovering from stroke.
Lets them be riskier, lets them take challenges, and a lot of times they don't want to do that because they do have a fear of falling, and they don't trust their body because they know it's not working the way it used to work.
Stroke is a major cause of disability and one of the leading causes of death in the U.S. MedStar NRH is leading the way with advances in medicine and technology. The network has a wide array of programs to help stroke patients regain independence. MedStar NRH Stroke Program has the distinction of being one of only a handful of facilities in the Washington, D.C. Northern Virginia region to have specialty accreditation in stroke by CARF. The Zero G is also helping patients with traumatic brain and spinal cord injuries.
With them being in the harness and knowing that it will allow them to fall, but it will catch them and they won't hurt themselves, gives them a little bit more confidence and willingness to take those risks.
Because of its sterling reputation, patients come here from all over the world. The hospital has responded with an international program. Every effort is made to accommodate language and cultural needs. Sari is from Saudi Arabia. He's also benefiting from the hospital's effort to address a regional need by creating the National Center for Children's Rehabilitation. It's a joint program with Children's National Medical Center. It offers an innovative approach to children's rehab in a state-of-the-art and secure environment.
There it is.
The credo of MedStar NRH is adding life to years, which is an important statement for all of us in this network. We are a place of hope. We are a place of extremely talented and caring people, and we have some of the best and brightest clinicians anywhere in the country. We are part of the journey that helps you get to your ultimate finish line.
Independence Square is a simulated real-world environment helping patients learn the skills they need to return to independent living. MedStar NRH may have started as one hospital back in the 1980s, but it has grown to become a network of outpatient sites throughout the region. While many places offer just physical therapy, the network offers so much more. The goal here is to make sure that every patient suffering from disabling injuries or illness learns how to help themselves. Through specialized medical care, therapy, and other services, the network focuses on abilities rather than disabilities. The overarching goal is to enable people to be as active and independent as possible. Doctors, physical and occupational therapists, speech-language pathologists, nurses, and other specialists offer a team approach to recovery, not to mention state-of-the-art equipment like the AlterG. In other words, they add life to years. That is the critical MedStar NRH difference.
The end of the journey will not be within these four walls. The end may be in one of our outpatient centers, or it may be in another facility that we have a partnership with. The important point is, we will be with you the entire way. It is our expertise that is going to help you get to your goal.
DC motorcycle cop Richard Carter was almost killed when he was hit in a motorcade for the British Prime Minister. He suffered massive leg and arm injuries. There were concerns he'd never walk again. But the hospital's outpatient program helped him to recover.
Oh, it's been great. It's great. From laying flat on my back, not moving, to coming in here to be able to walk again, to move my hands and fingers again. It's great.
Go, 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 go.
MedStar NRH understands that each patient is unique and that a cookie-cutter approach doesn't work. That's why they developed the right plan just for you. So your roadmap to recovery will be an individualized plan to help you reach your goals. The MedStar NRH Difference is the total advantage. MedStar NRH is truly about the victory of the human spirit. Here, adding life to years isn't a slogan, it's a way of life.
I prayed for a place like this, and we got it.
NRH gave us our daughter back. They taught Ariel how to get her life back, and she did. By God, she did.